Well, we have a crazy bit of news to share with you guys. And this includes both Sony and Microsoft, and they're both choices that I personally don't think needs to be happening, if indeed these are all true. So, one is apparently related with Sony PlayStation, and apparently in Europe, they have their terms of service that it is illegal to sell your physical copy PlayStation 5 games. Now, this has gotten the internet talking, buzzing, everything about this ever since RGT85, a really fabulous content creator that I love watching, ever since he made the first video discussing about this yesterday, the whole internet has literally been buzzing about it. And then, now we got to talk about Microsoft, and apparently there is a leak that Microsoft is actually going to release its next generation console in 2026. That is right. The next generation Xbox is going to be releasing in 2026. But they also indicate that it may not be the next generation console for Microsoft. However, it could honestly be a mid-generation refresh like an Xbox Series X Pro / Xbox Series X2, or, whatever the heck Microsoft's going to call their, mid-generation refresh upgrade system. Microsoft has really bad at naming, like I will be the first one to admit it. But honestly, like when you think about it, like why in the world would Microsoft in a way release a next generation console this early when most games haven't even taken full advantage of the current PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X hardware? We still have been having a lot of cross-generation games. And 2024 is the start of majority of games only coming to the current generation consoles. And now we're already getting leaks that there is a next generation system coming even early than the previous gens. And it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So, apparently, I honestly think what it is that it's going to be basically a mid-generation refresh, if that is the case. I highly doubt that it is going to be the next generation Xbox from Microsoft. And honestly, when it comes to Sony, when it comes to the physical copy PlayStation 5 games, honestly, what is Sony going to do? Like, what are they honestly going to do? Now, this is not in America. This is just in Europe. This is just in the continent of Europe. But this could very well come to the US. But honestly, Sony, I'm going to warn you this. Are you going to go after me because I have my friend's copy of Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut for the PlayStation 5? Are you literally going to go after him because he let me borrow the game? Like, I don't think Sony's going to really do that. I literally do not think Sony has the control over this. And personally, I don't think that Sony is even going to do anything like that from different countries. So I highly doubt that Sony's going to do that. But it's more of like when Microsoft, if they are releasing their next generation Xbox in 2026, that to me is just, it's a bit too early. It's a bit too soon, especially with right now during the holiday season of 2023, getting ready to hit 2024. As me recording this video, it is officially the 19th or the 18th of December. I don't know which day it is, but literally we have a week until basically Christmas. Okay, so it would definitely be the 18th. And we literally only have like less than 20 days left for the year 2023. So, honestly, with games not taking full advantage of next generation hardware just yet, it it honestly, I don't believe that that's going to be the case. If Microsoft is releasing a new console that's supposed to be better or supposed to be some sort of like next gen or whatever, it's most likely going to be a mid-generation refresh of the current Xbox Series X, because you got to think all these rumors and speculations and leaks are pointing out that Sony is going to be releasing a PlayStation 5 Pro next year in 2024. So, if anything, it's just going to be a more powerful Xbox Series X, and that's going to be more beepier and more powerful than the PlayStation 5 Pro, because honestly, like, it's already been confirmed that next generation is not going to hit at least until 2028. And I honestly don't even think that 2026 is going to be the year that Microsoft is going to release a mid-generation console refresh. If that is the case, I personally think that if they do, it's probably either going to be next year alongside the PS5 Pro, or probably a year later in 2025, like Microsoft did with the Xbox One X over the PS4 Pro. So, those are just my personal take of when it comes to the next generation Xbox leak in 2026. Is I believe that it is most likely going to be a mid-generation upgrade of the current existing Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S consoles, is most likely what it's going to be. It is not going to be a new next generation console, especially if Sony is just releasing a PS5 Pro, and all the leaks and speculations and even basically confirming that we are going to get the next generation consoles in 2028. So when you add it all up, it just doesn't make any bit of sense for Microsoft to release its next generation in 2026, especially with the PS5 Pro in 2024 and just countless of other stuff. And this whole, reselling PS5 physical games being illegal, like, what is Sony going to do? Exactly. They're not going to know. They're not going to seriously go to, like, every single, like, 80 million, 90 million, whatever people's house throughout the entire world. They're not going to do that. So, when it comes to that, Sony basically, even though it's in their terms of service that they now have, Sony is not going to be able to do anything about reselling your PS5 physical copy games. Like, there's just nothing that they're going to be able to do. So, when it comes to that, I wouldn't even worry about it. And Microsoft, when it comes to next gen, it's just most likely going to be a basically upgrade of the Xbox Series X. It's just going to be a mid-generation refresh of the current Xbox Series X, and even probably an upgrade for the Series S, which was also a rumor a while back. So, yeah, so it's a crazy bit of stuff to talk about. But yeah, Sony's not going to do nothing, and this new generation Xbox console leak for 2026, like I stated, it's not going to be a next generation Xbox, but more or less, it's just going to be a more powerful, beepier Series X and even Series S, if to be true. But that pretty much is going to wrap it up for this video today. So rate, comment, and subscribe, and also leave us a comment down in the comment section of your thoughts of Sony basically saying it's illegal to sell your physical PS5 games, and Microsoft basically rumored to be releasing its next gen console in 2026. So just leave us your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.